This is track 7, Gravity. So this one probably went through the most, lyrically anyway, went through the most iterations, I think.
I would agree with that.
Because when I started writing it, I was writing it about a very specific person. And then situations changed and it didn't quite make sense anymore. And I remember very clearly that you guys weren't a massive fan of the way that I had written it.
Yeah, it was a hard no. I just think it was none of it was bad or anything like that. It was just lyrically, it wasn't something that we were like, especially for like a screamer as well. It's like, would they feel like,
Yeah.
would that be right, screaming it on stage? It would have been a bit of a departure in a slightly weird direction.
Yeah.
I think would be the way to put it.
Yeah.
So it changed.
It did change, yeah. And when I changed it and rewrote, some of it, I actually ended up making it about my mum.
Yes.
So now the song in general, lyrically, is about her.
Really?
Yeah. And yeah, just about how she's always been sort of the backbone.
The bomb.
Yeah. Keeping me up, keeping me moving forward.
I mean, it's amazing. Like she does that for the rest of us. She's never even met us.
Yeah.
She's a very sort of.
And I remember telling.
Motivational.
Yeah. I remember telling her that it was about her, and she was so excited. She was so happy to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that is one of her favourites actually.
Yeah.
In terms of like instrumentally, this one I actually had very little to do with. This was from our old guitarist Ed. He basically it was a song that he'd had for a while, and he had sort of 80% of it written. I sort of gave my 2 cents on a few parts. We changed a few parts, but like it's very cinematic rock.
Yeah.
It's very kind of it's a very cool song. And interestingly, this is one that's had probably, since the album release, this has probably had the biggest reaction of any of our songs.
Yeah.
I would say, which wasn't something we expected.
No, not at all.
It was just one of these things that we hadn't even considered it.
Yeah.
We hadn't even considered it as a possibility, as well, because it was quite a late addition to the album.
Yeah.
That we sort of, by then we'd kind of already settled on our singles, and we were like, these will be the big songs, and like they all did well, but Gravity was sort of a cult hit. I mean, we're a cult band, but Gravity was the one that really.
Yeah, I remember being concerned that it was going to stick out like a sore thumb compared to all of the rest of the songs on the album. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But I remember being worried about that. So for it to now be like one of our most popular songs, I think is quite cool.
It was a shock. It was a big shock, but it's doing well now.
Yeah.
And we've learned a lot from how our kind of fan base, our sort of the fan base that we've gained from this album, what they've looked for in our music and the things that they've latched on to. It provides some interesting questions for writing going forward, which we're looking forward to hoping to find an answer to.
Yeah. One other thing I will say about this song is I am quite proud of, at least on the recording, the vocal that I did for the chorus.
I bet you are.
Just because I remember when I first wrote it, I struggled with it, even though I had written the melody. I knew how I wanted it to sound, but I was actually struggling to sing it.
God, I know how that feels.
And then I went and I had some lessons prior to recording for the album with Kim Chandler. Amazing vocal coach. And she taught me some incredible techniques that I use on the album and I continue to use live. One of them being to sort of stretch out your vowels. So rather than say alone, I have to say like alone. I have to like open my mouth when I say it, and I do that on this track, and it's one of the things that you guys always.
We made some jokes about it. We won't.
So many jokes.
I'm not gonna say what they are because I don't want to ruin it for anybody who listens to it and then can't stop thinking about one of the jokes that we came up with. But we had some good old fun with that.
Yeah,
that
it's
track.
a fun song.
It's a fun song, and it's not too heavy. It's one of these songs that you can just enjoy. You can just enjoy, and there's no bits that are really gonna like beat you down like
Yeah,
in other
yeah.
songs that we sometimes have. Instrumentally, it's got a very light-hearted pace to it, whereas it's sort of a dichotomy, I suppose, with the lyrics, which maybe aren't so light. But again, it's another favourite, so
Yeah.
we enjoy playing it.